Everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Ngatigata Unu First Nations people on whose traditional lands these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, the universal energies. So I'm looking a little bit tired. Yes, I am. I spent a lot of hours today, pulling my mother's garden into order. So doing a lot of weeding and just general tidy up. Got the blisters to prove it as well. Um, so yeah, for basically 4 months worth of spring weed growth that needed to get sorted out, so that when I go home this weekend, but next weekend, I know everything is in order. Okay, just very briefly, I wanted to mention, yes, my mum was having a dream of being a pirate last night, so I don't know what that is. If you've got any clues, let me know. She said she wasn't afraid. She was actually having a really good time, so that was interesting. But the other day when I read uh, on Trump's coronation, and I said about, I misspoke and said about Ford being sworn in on the aeroplane, and it wasn't. It was Johnson. It was Lyndon Johnson. I've got that right now. But I do wonder if it was terribly much of a Freudian slip, because Ford was sworn in, was not president, vice president, from what I understand. So he wasn't an elected official for the role. And he was inaugurated following the downfall of a felon at the Watergate, of all places. The Watergate was key, instrumental in that. I'll just put that out to stew for a minute. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading, I'm not going to read on the ceasefire in the Middle East. I'm sure a lot of readers will be looking at that. I do feel that um, like this morning, I posted on the community page and I said, why is nobody surprised that Netanyahu would be delaying it? I suspect he got a call from old mate Donnie in Florida. However, there may have been a second call that came through, and they are going to vote on that. The Israeli cabinet or Israeli government, I believe, read on that tomorrow. Not read on that, vote on that tomorrow. What I want to have a look at is, this may have passed under the radar. I'm talking about the HR23 bill that passed the House. Passed the House with 243 votes for versus 140 against. So we do have Democrats that crossed the aisle to pass this through. Now, what's HR23? It is the Illegitimate Court Counteraction Act. Okay, that's a bit of a mouthful. Let's see if I can summarize it. What it basically is at the moment with the International Criminal Court, if a US citizen, so the US is not a signatory to the International Criminal Court, as well as a couple of other countries, I believe Israel's another one, and would not be surprised if Russia was another one. I didn't really look into it. But at the moment, the US is not a signatory. So the International Criminal Court doesn't have any powers within the US. If a US citizen commits a illegal act overseas that comes to the attention of the International Criminal Court, and a warrant is, sorry, when the clouds are changing the light, I do apologise. Okay, so if a US citizen can be tried in the International Criminal Court if they commit a crime in a country that is a signatory to the ICC. Okay, what's happened is the GOP have introduced this bill, HR23, which is basically, if anybody within the ICC, the International Criminal Court, tries to convict a US citizen, regardless of where they committed the crime in the world, they are wanting to impose sanctions on that person, on that company, on that country. That's interesting. So my first reaction to that is, who are they trying to protect? Wouldn't that be the muskrat at all, would it? So let's have a look. It hasn't passed the Senate as of yet, and I'm really disappointed at the Democrats that crossed the aisle. But, we know that the Democrats, better than the Republicans, but they're not flawless. There's a few in there that, perhaps out for their own best interests. So let's have a look. Who are they trying to protect? What's the intention of HR23? Come on down, let's have a look. Hopefully that light is good for you. What is it? It's an abuse of power. It's basically giving carte blanche to steal, rape, pillage wherever they like in the world. Yep, we know what this card is about. Okay. Because the challenge is there is volatile information going to come forward. Those that have introduced it know that there is explosive information going to come forward about those who have, so we've got Five of Swords, Knight of Wands, about those who have abused their ability overseas, their standings overseas. Okay. Because there's some anxious people in who have influence in regards to this, and they fear the snow owl coming in. The snow owl is wisdom, it's truth, it's honesty, but also I think Laurie from The Way of Positive Change had a very vivid dream about the white snow owl being Kamala Harris. So yeah, there's a few that are a bit anxious about what they've been up to in the past on both sides of the aisle. Really annoyed at the Democrats. In the past, finding themselves entrapped by the messaging. So I'd say there's been some word get out there. Who's it to protect? We have the Chariot. Doesn't feel a very chaotic chariot. The Chariot can be chaos if it's let loose. But this is more, to me, is about the installation of the rightful queen is hanging over this. I'm thinking there's going to be, okay, thank you. If you hear my guides, let me know. They get a bit chatty on occasion. If you didn't hear the power tools, it does mean if you hear another voice, it is definitely my guides because there's nobody around. And the power tools were really loud. So if you hear something down the speaker, it's my guides. The steal, the betrayal, the treason, volatile information coming out about it. There's a few people that are a bit worried, and okay, that'll stop that. And then we've got the installation of the rightful queen because there is truth coming forward here. The Page of Swords, sword of truth, and they know it. We've got externally strength, taming the beast, feminine strength, standing in her own power. Internally, the best of the United States or the best of democracy, the Star of Hope and Healing. Look at these two major arcana. This is the here and now. This is what's going to happen going forward. Hopes and fears. The lure, the addiction, the dancing to the tune of the devil. Okay, I want to ask a question about this. Here we've got betrayal, heartbreak, loss, treason, information being brought forward about money and hidden agendas, and the sword of truth. Never changes. Goodness me, I shuffle. Always comes out in a different order, and a really, really powerful announcement being made, potentially from the ICC. This is my Jack Smith, Alex Whiting card. Alex Whiting is the money laundering RICO specialist that Jack Smith brought over from The Hague, and we haven't heard anything from Alex Whiting. Trying to protect themselves from dark secrets being revealed in regards to, this is my homeland security, Or is it that they're simply trying to protect their own interests? Okay, I am going to ask. So I think there's a few in Congress who might find themselves, when the information comes out, under the steely glare of the ICC, and they're trying to protect themselves. I was expecting the must card. My must card is the King of Pentacles because it is the Emerald King. Okay, let's have a look. I'm just going to put it out there. It's one of these frivolous readings, I suspect. Did the order for this bill... Ooh, okay. I just felt a massive time shift there. Holy crumbs. I don't know if you saw anything or felt anything. I literally felt like my entire body passed through a portal. Holy crumbs. Okay. I mean, I have been working hard and it was warm today, beautiful day out, but I don't think it was that. Okay, let's have a look. Did the order for this bill come from outside Congress? Come on down, let's have a look. Page of Wands, holding the speaking stick, the Emperor. Yeah, the message was brought forward from the Emperor. The Foundation, poor choices, smoke and mirrors, delusion, lack of integrity. Yep. Greed, choices of greed and vanity and power in the past. Emotional loss. What have we got? 243 to 140. Is that 2/3 to... Is that 3/5 that voted for it? My maths is not good and I'm not going to pause to have a look. 3/5 potentially that voted for it because they know they are facing... Oh gosh, I can't say I've noticed this. Have a look at the guy. I hope my camera's focusing on him. Look at the look that he's giving out of the card. Loss, betrayal, ending. But it's like bringing this about because fearing what is beyond in the past. I can't say I've ever really noticed his expression. I'm usually drawn to the tree in the background here. Wow, okay. Crowning this reading, yeah, partnerships, agreements. Because they're going to find themselves entrapped by the message. Ooh, there's my Harris card externally. Finding themselves entrapped by this. And there's my Harris card. Those that internally, those that took this is Alex Whiting, Rico. Hopes and fears, finding themselves forced to withdraw in the face of the truth. The outcome, throwing under the bus, infighting, trying to tear down. Mercenary actions that were taken on behalf of overseas entities. A light being shone, seeking the path forward beyond the snake. Discussions underway in regards to those who took part in moral, financial and ethical corruption. 5 of Pentacles, and then we've got huge information coming out in regards to this. I keep going. We've got 7 of Pentacles, again, more money. It's about trying to fill the basket. There is a money trail. This is my King of Pentacles. This is my Emerald King. Things being stopped. Great anxiety. Restriction. Election interference. Homeland security. Justice. Ace of Swords. Oh, man. Right. How do I... And then we've got the hidden agenda here. Yeah, it's very much about self-protection. But we had the Emperor and the Emerald King. So, yeah, very much about self-protection. Because they knows they's done wrong. Okay, let's have a look. Number of house members. 3/5 of them? So what are we looking at? About 20 Democrats across the floor? Because there is information coming out about money that they would rather be kept hidden, be kept secret. Righto, is it going to pass the Senate? Is HR23, the Illegitimate Court Counteraction Act? Not quite sure why the International Criminal Court's considered illegitimate, but whatever. They're the ones that prosecuted the Nazis 50, 60 years later. Oh, I've got a hedgehog over there. Very cute. I shall, if he's still out when I'm finished reading, I'll go take a photo of him and post him up. But I think he's heading, looking for some snails. Yeah, just Google hedgehog and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's very much election interference here. Oh, a lot of news coming out really quickly about thems that took some money in regards to election interference. Is it going to pass the Senate? Oh, he's disappearing into the bushes. It's okay. Is the HR23 Illegitimate Court Counteraction Act, is it going to pass the Senate? Okay, what I'm being told, I will draw the cards, but what I'm being told is that when the Congress has been deemed illegitimate because of election stealing, interfering, however you like to put it, any acts that were passed will be considered null and void. So I'm getting that it's going to be a non-event. But look, come on down, let's have a look. Right. Is it going to pass the Senate? A gift from the past. Calling in some favours, perhaps? Challenged by working across the aisle? The base, we've got the oligarchical money with the Ten of Pentacles. In the past, we've got volatile information coming forward. Okay. I'm going to stop there for a second. I'll just put a crystal on this. The crystals aren't put in any particular order. It's just the way I like them. I'm going to ask. So for those that are new, I'll just bring you up ever so slightly so you can see it's not me waggling away. It's an amethyst that's been with me 25 odd years, some craft wire, and a chain that was in my drawer. Okay, round and round means it's ready for a question. Is this... Sorry, start again. Right, round and round means it's ready for a question. Back and forth towards me is a yes, side to side is no. Is the HR23 Illegitimate Court Counteraction Act, is it going to pass through the Senate before the volatile information comes out? Right. That's telling me a no. Sorry, okay, that's a no. So I'll ask the other way. Is the HR23 Illegitimate Court Counteraction Act going to pass the Senate? Is it going to pass the Senate? Is the information going to come out before it makes it to the Senate? Is the information about the election, steel, etc. going to come out before? Right, it's not a direct yes, it's a little bit corner to corner, which has a bit of a maybe about it. So it's almost like it's going to get to the Senate, but perhaps it's not going to get passed. Okay, what do we got here? Because this truth is coming out. Surrendering to the information and the lot of information, but there is one particular explosive piece that's going to come forward in the immediate future that is going to change everything. Oh boy, and internally it's about those that took bribes perhaps, or took money, or money changing hands, the hopes and fears, disappointment on what is offered here. We've got the Knight of Cups. Oh, what am I after? One of those. The Knight of Cups, beware the false knight coming forward, because here is that disappointment card again, as an announcement is made that will bring about downfall. On the base, Biden, information being brought forward about the money, and we've got on the other side the Emerald King. We've got Temperance, those that did some deals, so getting rid of the toxicity and trying to restore balance, those that did the deals, and Justice, finding themselves forced to retreat, and the Sword of Truth, because there's a money trail. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, okay, from what I'm seeing from those cards now, given that timing is terrible and that things can change, that's just the energies of the path forward here and now. That was the weirdest portal time shift. I think it will go. I think it'll go to the Senate, but it won't actually get passed in time. Okay, let's see how it plays out. Love to you all. Take care.